Microchenko, and today we're going to be discussing the NFL's highest paid players for the 2022 season. And there are many different ways to actually classify the highest paid, but we're just going to go by straight cash for the year. Let's get right into it. 3 players of very different ages and skill sets come in tied at number 10. Kyler Murray, Cooper Kupp, and Tom Brady are all 3 set to earn $30 million in cash this season. Kyler Murray inked a brand new, massive contract this offseason with no shortness of drama. Cooper Kupp, on the other hand, was extended after winning Super Bowl MVP. Brady's situation is interesting considering his retirement and unretirement. Although considered the greatest of all time, he's barely in the top 10 in cash this season, though I'm sure he's not complaining in the absolute slightest. Each of them is represented by different agencies, some of which I'll show throughout the video. Next, as the youngest player on this list, DK Metcalf comes in at number 9. Out of Ole Miss, DK was a specimen. He went viral for this photo of AJ Brown looking absolutely yoked. There was a ton of concern surrounding his hands and his ability to play at an NFL level, so he fell all the way to the second round to the Seattle Seahawks, who got what is considered now one of the greatest steals in the last decade. He immediately made a significant impact and took the league by storm with his freak athletic ability and tremendous football skill to match. He's gone viral on multiple occasions, from the jacked photo to the Buda Baker chase down that had him looking like a predator in the wild. The 24-year-old signed a 3-year, $72 million contract extension in the offseason. With its structure, Metcalf is set to earn $31 million in cash this season. It's a base salary of $1 million with a signing bonus of $30 million. So that signing bonus he got right when he signed that piece of paper. $30 million. Metcalf is one of the many represented by CAA Sports. His agent Tory Dandy is a co-head and managing partner of CAA's football division. During this past offseason, he negotiated more than $660 million in contracts. After you hear these names on his list, you'll understand why. He represents people like Deebo Samuel, AJ Brown, and DK Metcalf, of course. And out of those 3, and most of his clients, Metcalf is getting a considerably larger bag this season. Not much older than Metcalf, the first-round pick of the Green Bay Packers in 2018 comes in at number 8. Jaire Alexander, now considered one of the game's best corners, inked a 4-year, $84 million contract extension this past offseason, a deal worth 7 times as much as his rookie deal. Roc Nation signed Alexander right before the draft. He's represented by former NFL defensive tackle John Thornton, alongside former NFL cornerback and scout Charles Fisher. With the contract structure, he's set to earn $31,076,000 in 2022. His base salary is $1,076,000 with a signing bonus of $30 million. Similar to Metcalf, just $76,000 more. Are you starting to understand the structure of these contracts? Well, you can learn a lot more in this video here. One thing I bet you didn't expect to see on this list is an offensive lineman, and a guard at that. Well, as arguably the best in the game, Quentin Nelson finds himself at number 7 on this list. Nelson inked a 4-year, $80 million contract extension just 1 day before the NFL season kicked off. The 26-year-old and former number 6 overall pick finds himself winning weekly battles in the trenches, which earns him this fat paycheck. With the structure of his contract, he's set to earn a base salary of $4 million and a signing bonus of $31 million. He's represented by CAA as well. One of the greatest businessmen in NFL history comes in at number 6. You guessed it, Kirk Cousins. He's earned over $200 million in his 11 seasons in the NFL. The 34-year-old is under contract until 2025, and he's set to earn a whopping $40 million this season. With a base salary of $5 million and a signing bonus of $25, he also earns an additional $10 million in a roster bonus. A roster bonus, unlike a signing bonus, is conditional. The roster bonus is only paid out if a player is still on the active roster at a set future date, whatever that date may be. Considering his only injury came in 2009 while playing for Michigan State in college, an injury that caused him only to miss 1 game, I'd say that 10 million is almost a guarantee. He and his agency know how to add value to a contract, and so in my opinion, they should be recognized as some of the greatest business minds in the NFL. He's represented by one of the largest independently owned agencies in the United States, Priority Sports and Entertainment. This next one I'm putting an asterisk next to and moving on to the next because you know why. So speaking before about some of the greatest minds in NFL history, well, ayahuasca Aaron Rodgers comes in at number 5. The spiritual being needs no introduction, so I'll let the numbers speak for themselves. Rodgers, contemplating retirement the last few years, decided to sign a 3-year, $150.815 million contract this offseason as part of a restructure. The restructure figures to earn him $1.15 million in a base salary with a $40.8 million signing bonus. He'll earn an additional $50,000 from a workout bonus. Basically, he earned an extra $50,000 just by showing up this offseason compared to previous offseasons. Rodgers is represented by David Dunn of Athletes First. As you can imagine, if someone's representing Aaron Rodgers, they're likely quite good. Dunn currently has $1.1 billion in contracts with $73.4 million in this season. His clients include the likes of Justin Herbert, David Bakhtiari, Tyler Lockett, and many more at many different positions. In another position, opposite the quarterback, number 4 is Aaron Donald. As one of the most dominant forces the NFL has ever seen, Aaron Donald finally won a Super Bowl this past season. He was living so high off that Super Bowl that he considered retirement. He reached the peak of his sport. However, after the Super Bowl hangover wore off in early June, AD decided to sign a contract with the Rams. A 3-year contract worth $95 million. With its structure, he's due to earn $1.5 million in a salary this season with a $40 million signing bonus, along with $5 million in a roster bonus, bringing his total to $46.5 million this year. I mean, that's just absurd, and it only gets crazier. Donald, like the other Aaron, is represented by Athletes First as well, but he's represented by Todd France. And with clients like Dak Prescott and Aaron Donald, now if you add just $400,000 more, you'll find Josh Allen at number 3. I mean, what can't you say about Josh Allen? He's the prototype quarterback in the NFL in 2022, and he's probably the best in the league. Yeah, better than Mahomes. Go argue a wall. Opinions aside, Josh Allen inked himself a 6-year, $258 million contract. With the contract running through 2028, this season is actually the highest in terms of overall cash value. Allen will earn a base salary of $4.1 million, a signing bonus of over $42 million, and a workout bonus of $500,000. Allen's only 26, so when the contract is up at age 31, it's very likely that he could be getting the largest contract in NFL history as the salary cap increases, and so does his skill. Honestly, I could see them restructuring way before the contract's even up if Josh Allen can stay healthy and stay really playing the way that he is. And good for Josh Allen. Honestly, one of the most likable guys I have ever seen in the NFL. And I'm a Jets fan. I hate seeing the Bills win, but you just can't hate on Josh Allen. And with a contract and player of that scale, he's represented by a team of agents at CAA. Broncos country. Let's ride to the bank. Your QB is the second highest in terms of cash value for 2022. Second place. After 10 years and a Super Bowl win in Seattle, Russell Wilson got traded for a haul this offseason. The drama surrounding Seattle and Russ and Team 3 really pushed him out of Seattle at the end of the day. The future Hall of Famer signed a 5-year, $242.5 million contract in the offseason with the Broncos. I mean, wow. Wilson will earn a base salary of $2 million, a signing bonus of $50 million, and a roster bonus of $5 million. The Broncos start in the contract running through 2028, so he'll be 40. I could see them buying him out or cutting it short. They could potentially buy him out in 2026, and with the way that it started, I could see that happening. However, for 2022, it would be great to see him and the great person he is turn it around and really ride Broncos country, especially with a $57 million price tag for this season. They may have got screwed. Wilson's represented by Mark Rodgers and of course works with his Team 3. Broncos country, let's ride. So finally, the highest paid player in the NFL for the 2022 season in terms of cash value, Super Bowl champion Matthew Stafford. Drafted first overall in 2009 by the Detroit Lions, the Georgia product spent 13 years in jail until he got traded to the Los Angeles Rams in 2021. Did I say jail? Excuse me. After serving a hard time in the Motor City, in just his first season with the Rams, he led them to a Super Bowl and won. A well-deserving win for someone that's worked as hard as he has and is as tough as he is. So naturally, after winning a Super Bowl, right before the 2022 draft, the Rams and Stafford agreed on an extension. The extension's through 2026, and it's worth up to $160 million. And although that comes out to $40 million a year, the way it's structured will set to earn him a tremendous amount more in 2022. And it's a very simple structure, it's just so crazy to me. So this season, Matthew Stafford will earn a base salary of $1.5 million, but a signing bonus of $60 million. However, if anybody on this entire list deserves this money, it's Matthew Stafford. He literally and figuratively put Detroit on his back for 13 years. In fact, in 2018, he broke his back in a game and came back into the game to finish it. He represents toughness. Well, who represents him? A former Kansas City Chiefs offensive lineman who impressively earned his law degree in the offseason. His name is Tom Condon. He has since established himself as one of the most powerful agents in NFL and sports history. Drew Brees, J.J. Watt, Matt Ryan, and as you saw, others on the list as well. Great for Tom Condon and even better for Matthew Stafford. And here we recap the top 10 list. In total, CAA represents 4 of the 10 players on this list, which is crazy. Athletes First represents 2.5, if you're counting Deshaun Watson, otherwise 2. Rock Nation also has 2, with others representing 1 to finish it out. Truly, thank you so much for watching this. If you enjoyed, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe for more content like this, and ring the notification bell to be in the know of all things sports business. Were you surprised? What are your thoughts? Do you think some of these players deserve it? Who doesn't? Who does? Be sure to comment down below with your opinions, your thoughts, and any type of video that you want to see in the future. I'm looking forward to connecting with all of you and building a community to grow together, because together we can build the playbook to win. Ending it here. My social media is in the description, along with links to my website and all the resources that I use to create this video. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon.